She was admitted through the ER a couple of hours ago.
I thought her nephew was staying with her. Why didn't he bring her in?
Apparently he went out to get some groceries. The neighbor heard a crash. Miss Lamar wouldn't answer the knock, and so he called the paramedics.
Oh, is she all right?
Yeah, a few contusions, a couple of scrapes. Dutton got here about 20 minutes ago with a translator demanding to talk to both of us.
Wonderful.
It's very simple. I'm aware that my condition is such that there is no cure, none. And I want to end it. I want to die.
I want to make certain you thoroughly understand your medical condition.
I know my condition. I have cancer. Lung cancer. And it's spread through my system. I've been under treatment for the last 14 months. Radiation, chemo, all of it.
Are you aware there are other procedures we can try?
I know that. But that'll only delay the inevitable for what, just a few more months of pain? And I want no part of it.
Dr. Sloan is just trying to help.
We like having you around.
You're very sweet, but I don't want to hear anymore. I intend not to eat any longer, and I will not allow anyone to supply me with fluids. I want to die. Now.
Mr. Dutton, you do realize that there are other treatments available to your aunt. There's a chemo-radiation combination from the National Institute. There is a...
Please don't.
Look, I'm not trying to be difficult.
Neither am I. But understand, people have always been trying to tell my Aunt Franny what to do her whole life.
Because she's deaf.
Because she's stubborn. And smart. She knows what she wants. She always has. Look. This is her living will. And she's given me her power of attorney. She also wants a do not resuscitate order on her chart.
Mr. Dutton, Dr. Travis is trying to tell you the other things we can do for your aunt.
She doesn't want anything except to be left alone to die her way.
But if there's something else...
Look, Mark, I'm with you on this medically, but a living will does take precedent. And so does DNR. All we can do is follow the patient's instructions.
I hope you realize what you're doing.
It's Aunt Franny doing this, Dr. Sloan, not me. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
But you agree with her.
She's going to die. One way or another. There's no choice here. And I hate that. But I hate even more the idea of her being kept alive by a bunch of machines. Please. Leave her alone. Let us do this her way.
How long do you think she has?
Well, without nutrients and fluids, about a week.
This is wrong.
Susan told me that Frances Lamar died this morning.
Yes, she did. Dehydration and cachexia as a result of end-stage lung cancer, just like she wanted it. Took her 4 days to die.
Well, we had no choice legally.
But with that new radiation and chemo schedule, we could have had a chance.
A very slim chance, you know that.
And it is what she wanted.
But I just hate giving up without a fight.
But it wasn't our fight. The fight was hers.
Oh, I know we had to honor that, but I don't have to like it.
Dr. Travis?
Hi, I just heard about what happened.
I'm sorry, I don't...
Your patient, Francis Lamar, I just want to congratulate you on handling it in such a sensible way, even though I'm sure that was very hard on you. Excuse me.
Who was that?
It's Kate DeLiebe. She's the new attending. I don't know that much about her.
She knows about you. Let's see, Frank. You had your checkup just last week. All your medications updated. Your next appointment's Friday the 14th. You're 3 days early. Is there something you want me to do for you?
Look, Dr. Sloan, I'm a very tough man. At least, I was. CEO of my own corporation until I got hit with this Lou Gehrig's disease. And I wasn't even a Yankee fan.
I know, Frank.
Whenever I had to make a tough decision in business, I always did my own research. Did this time, too. Looked it up in dozens of reference books. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. I know exactly what stage I'm at, where it's going. I'm going to lose all muscle, which I don't have much of now anyway. But then I lose speech. And then increasing pain until finally I strangle to death on my own spit. Am I wrong, Doctor? Am I? Okay. That's why I'm here today. To ask you to help me to do the only sensible thing. I'm suffering, Mark. I want you to help me to end it.
Lois, how do you feel about this?
I think that's Frank's decision. If he wants to go.
Frank, I can't believe you want to give up now after all you've been through.
It wasn't exactly a snap decision.
No, of course not. You did your research. You thought about it, and you discussed it. And you decided to let it beat you.
All I need from you is a prescription for something. Morphine, anything. Hell, you're the doctor. You should know.
Oh, yeah, I know, all right. I also know if you're half the tough businessman you say you are, you'll rethink this.
And do what? Jump out of a window? Off a bridge, maybe? I can't even go to the bathroom without help. Maybe I should starve myself to death.
No. You find a way to make the quality of your remaining time as good as possible. For you and for Lois.
There is no quality. There's no way to fight this. I want it to end. And I don't want Lois doing anything. I don't want her in any trouble after I'm gone. I want it done quick, neat, and painless. Will you help me? Or won't you? All right. I'll find someone who will. Lois, get me the hell out of here.
You sent for me, Mr. Lomax?
Harold, please, call me Harold.
You sent for me, Harold.
You are a very senior staff member. Very senior.
Is this about my retirement?
Retirement? Oh, no, thank God, Mark. Do you know anything about a new attending physician, Kate DeLiebe?
Not really, no.
I've got some very disturbing material here.
About her?
From Oklahoma. Seems she was involved in one of those assisted suicide cases.
In Oklahoma?
didn't get the sort of publicity that these cases usually pile up, but, I've got it here somewhere. The district attorney in Enid came close to an indictment on manslaughter or something, but then they sort of dropped the whole thing because of the history of indictments and trials like that. And, well, it's just our luck she turns up at Community General.
Well, didn't you or your staff look into her professional record, her vita?
I'm looking into that, but that's not one of the questions we routinely ask. Have you ever been indicted for manslaughter? This is all we need with the endowment drive coming up. A Community General doctor on the 7 o'clock news for murder.
Well, you said she'd never been indicted.
I know. Mark, you were on the sidelines with that deaf woman that starved herself to death, but this is different. Believe me.
Well, what do you want me to do, Harold?
Well, the hell of it is, we can't just dismiss this Dr. DeLeeb without some reasonable cause. That would backfire. Mark, I want you to sort of keep your eyes and your ears open. God forbid anything should happen.
Okay, I'm connecting a small morphine drip here. Just enough to cover the pain. Okay. All right, now, do you see this cord? When it's pulled, the other medication will flow from here. All right? But it will only do so if you pull the cord. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. I think we should try it before I actually put the medication in. I'm going to wrap this cord around your finger. Let's see if you can pull it. Very good. All right. Now, Frank, nothing will happen unless you want it to. Unless you pull that cord. Do you understand?
Yes. Thank you.
Frank Dugan was a patient here at Community General. He had advanced Lou Gehrig's disease, and he was a patient of your father's.
I assume you notified Dad.
Yeah, right after I paged you.
What about a preliminary autopsy?
I ordered a full tox screen. So far, I found morphine in his system.
An overdose?
Doesn't look like it. I found a sedative and a long-acting muscle relaxant. If the dosages were high enough, it was probably that mixture that killed him.
I'll have the vial and the tubing we found sent over so you can check it out.
Is that him?
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to die. Asked me to help him.
You didn't?
Of course not. What was it? Morphine, sedative, and muscle relaxant.
IV needle was still attached.
I can't believe he actually did that to himself.
He didn't. Looks like he had help. He found one of those suicide machines on the table next to him.
His wife?
I don't know. I do know the gear, the tubing, the IV setup, and the reservoir came from Community General. Still had the labels on them.
One of our people.
Well, actually, the string that triggered the flow of drugs was attached to his finger. And when you get right down to it, he must have done it himself.
Technically, that's right.
But technically, maybe. Ethically, no.
Oh, Dr. Sloan, if you hear about the pounding, I'm almost done. This is my last...
Frank Dugan was my patient.
Until he came to me.
And you killed him.
I was nowhere near Frank Dugan when he died.
He couldn't possibly have had access to the tubes or the needles, much less the medication. You set up that equipment. You're responsible for his death.
It's not really much of an office, is it? But then it's not really what happens in our offices that counts. It's what happens in our treatment rooms. It's what happens in our wards.
Our dingy motels.
Death can only occur in the pristine confines of a hospital.
No, of course not, but it could have happened in a home or a hospice.
Or here, with all those things beeping and flashing, and an entire staff dedicated to keeping an organism alive that all common sense says is dead. How is that more dignified than what Frank Dugan chose?
You're condemning the entire medical profession.
Not at all. I am just condemning that part of it that's taken control of our own deaths away from us. Frank Dugan wanted that control back. He came to you, he asked for help. You refused, so...
I didn't think he was in the right state of mind to make that kind of decision.
What kind of frame of mind would you have wanted him to be in? You see, you have wanted him. That's control. Frank Dugan wanted to commit suicide. I have it on tape in his own voice.
So you caused him to die?
Whatever he did himself.
Oh, and you merely supplied the means. Doesn't that bother you? The medicine you practice causes death?
Okay, Dr. Sloan, how long have you been a practicing physician? 35, 40 years?
Your point.
And in all that time, you have never seen a baby be delivered with just lethal birth defects that somebody just quietly let go. Or a young man's respirator be turned off whose EEG just flatlined after a car wreck?
That's not the same thing.
It's exactly the same thing. And it's hard, and it's painful for us. And it's simple, and it's painless for them.
You're going to keep doing this, aren't you?
I'm going to keep listening to my patients, yes.
Then I'm going to find a way to stop you. Have a seat. I really appreciate you coming down here. Hope it wasn't too difficult for you.
No.
I am so sorry about what happened to Frank. I really cared about him, about both of you. I hope you know that.
I know, Mark. I'm sorry, too. Sorry about the way he acted. Angry. It's that Lou Gehrig's disease.
I know.
He was so afraid of not being tough. I think that's why he wanted you to help him do what he did.
Must have been so hard for you in that motel room, watching him get ready to die. I know when my wife had cancer. Never easy. Kind of a blur, really.
Yes. It's exactly like that, kind of fuzzy.
Could be very confusing, too. All that equipment and all the things that Dr. DeLeeb was setting up. The drugs.
I really didn't understand.
She was hastening Frank's death?
No. I knew that that's what Frank wanted. What he asked you for. Only you said no.
Because I wanted him to live.
I wanted him to live, too. Only I wanted him to be at peace more. And so did she.
Dr. DeLeeb. Well, I guess probably some help not having any regrets about what you did.
Oh, Mark, I have regrets. I have regrets. I loved him. I'll always wish that it hadn't happened.
That she hadn't intervened?
That he hadn't gotten sick. You know, the truth is, as much as I hated what Frank felt he had to do, I love Kate DeLeeb for having the courage to help him.
Nurse, I need your assistance.
I'm an ER nurse, not ICU.
You're an employee of this hospital, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, then when an attending physician gives an order, you carry it out, no matter what service you're on.
You're not Mr. Goodman's attending. Dr. Joseph's is.
Well, I got a call from his daughter this morning. She wants me to take over the case.
But-
And she has the power of attorney, unless you're questioning that as well.
No, doctor.
Good. Now, it looks like Mr. Goodman has been receiving plasmapheresis, treatment which hasn't been effective.
But he's only been here 2 days. The last time his Guillain-Barré led to paralysis, it took him a while to respond, but he did. And he walked out of here.
I want you to remove Mr. Goodman's plasmapheresis catheter, and I want you to prepare him for discharge. His daughter wants him to spend the rest of his time at home with her.
Paralyzed. I'll have to notify Dr. Josephs.
I am Mr. Goodman's physician of record. My orders are in this chart, and unless you want me to pay a little visit to the nursing administrator, I suggest you carry them out.
I don't know what you want me to do, Dad.
I want you to find a way to arrest Kate DeLeve for murder.
Mark, you know I had to rule that as a suicide.
She supplied Frank Dugan with the materials and the means to kill himself. Now, that's got to be murder on some level.
Not an illegal one.
Should be.
Look, the DA's keeping an eye on her. I will, too. It's a start.
You know, maybe we can help.
How?
By keeping a close watch at that hospital. If she inquires about or approaches any seriously ill patient, we call Steve.
All right, I'll discuss it with Jesse and the rest of the staff.
Good. We have to stop her before she kills somebody else.
I'll be in touch.
Amanda's headed back to the hospital. She'll call if anything comes up.
Good. Won't take long. Kate DeLeve's on a crusade. We'll get her.
You know, I'm a little confused here.
What about going after a killer?
Now, how about you? We've dealt with a lot of killers over the years, but I don't ever remember you being this angry about one.
You know, she asked me the other day if I had ever let a patient die.
And what did you answer?
I didn't. But the truth is, I have. All doctors have. Those decisions come with a job. But there was this one case over 40 years ago. I was just out of residency. 83-year-old woman in extreme dementia. They didn't call it Alzheimer's in those days. And in terrible pain. Undiagnosed. A tumor, probably. Occasionally she had lucid moments. And in one of them she said to me, "Let me go. It's time." It was your great-grandmother.
You never told me she was your patient.
She wasn't. She thought she was, of course. The whole family thought she was. I guess they thought so, too.
What did you do?
I prescribed morphine for her pain. A lot of it. She lasted one more day.
No one asked anything?
No. Why should they? 83-year-old woman.
I don't believe this.
You know, I think your mother guessed. Never said a word. I thought I was being a good doctor, doing what was right for a suffering patient. But the next morning when I woke up, I knew. Just a killer. Kate DeLeve's a killer, Steve. I have got to stop her. You understand?
Here they are.
These are the tapes I told you about.
These are the ones where you and your father discuss his wishes.
Yes, after the first time when he could talk again, we sat at the kitchen table. He's a very gentle man, my father. He didn't want anyone to have any trouble about this, not me, not you. I'm with someone like you. Because it's his choice. That's what he says on these.
For the record.
Yes. He made certain we put it all on tape, what he wanted to do. But there is one thing. From what I understand about how this works.
It's okay.
But he's paralyzed. He can't pull a string. He won't be able to give himself the injection.
Don't worry. It'll all be taken care of.
Okay.
It's time.
Hey, Mark?
Yeah.
Do you know a patient named David Goodman?
Oh, yeah, the one with Guillain-Barré syndrome. Dr. Joseph's patient, right?
Not anymore.
What?
I went in to check on him earlier. Dr. DeLeave had taken over. She had me get him ready for discharge.
I've got to stop her.
She already signed him out. The last time he was here, Goodman and his daughter were talking about suicide.
Call Steve. Tell him what's happened. Tell him to meet us at Goodman's and tell him to hurry.
David, I need to ask you one more time if this is what you really want to happen. If you want to die now. If so, blink twice.
Looking for Dr. Kate DeLeave.
What?
Where is she?
Dad? I paged you 10 times and then left 20 messages on your answering machine. Spent the afternoon with the district attorney. They're gonna take the case to the grand jury by the end of the week. Going for murder one.
You think they'll get it?
It's open and shut. DeLeave was found with a murder weapon in her hand.
The syringe that completed the paralysis the disease started.
You wanted to nail her for murder. We nailed her.
But murder one implies a conscious premeditation of wrongdoing, doesn't it?
She brought the syringe and the drugs with her. How much more premeditation do you want?
You know, I saw Dave Goodman at the hospital.
I thought you said he wasn't your patient.
Oh, he wasn't. We all knew about him. He was one of those rare cases of Guillain-Barré where the total paralysis returned twice. Man was only 62 years old. Couldn't move, couldn't feed himself, couldn't speak. But he could still think.
You're not saying DeLeave was right.
Oh, I was just thinking. If we'd gotten there 5 minutes early, and I'd been able to stop it, what kind of a life and death would I be condemning him to?
You're thinking about my great-grandmother. So you changed your mind about Kate Talib. She didn't commit murder after all.
No, that was murder. That one was definitely murder.
Come in.
I have to appear in front of the grand jury.
Well, that must make you very happy, but you appear to be angry.
I don't like it when the medical profession and the legal profession get mixed up together. It confuses things.
Oh, well, they've been mixed up together since the time of Aeschylus. There's always been limitations to the practice of medicine. Fortunately, now we're able to do transplants.
I don't need a history lesson.
And I don't need your condescension. So would you please leave my office and let me tear it down in peace?
Why are you doing this?
Because I feel that it's my duty as a physician to help my patients end their suffering.
But why take the next step? From assisted suicide
To active euthanasia?
to murder.
Because there are some patients that are so physically weakened they can't pull the cord themselves. But their commitment to dying is just as strong. And I'm not going to let a bunch of lawyers and outdated medical ethics stand in their way.
I told my son you're on a crusade.
It's not my crusade, it's my patients.
You broke the law.
The law needs to be changed.
I don't think this is about the law or about your patients. I think it's personal. Something happened to you somewhere in your life, and this is your way of fighting back.
Oh, you mean like I had some parent who died some long-suffering death, and I don't want to see anybody else go through the same thing?
Something like that?
Well, it's nice psychiatry, but it's wrong. My father deserted us when I was a baby, and my mother's what they call dysfunctional. Anywhere I got there on my own.
So you became a doctor so you could help other people in a way that you'd never been helped.
Very good.
That still doesn't explain to me how you went from helping people live to helping them die.
I think that we've covered this.
Oh, yes, that's right. You want to help people regain control of their lives and their deaths.
Yes.
I don't think so. I think you're imposing your definition of control on other people by telling them what to do when they are at their most vulnerable, when they're looking for someone, anyone, to take over for them.
That is not what's happening here.
You cannot control life by controlling death. It's backwards. And even if it weren't, yours is not the only way. Frances Lamar chose to let her disease take its own course. Oh, that was difficult. It was painful, hard to watch. But she took control. There's dignity in that. Well, what you did to David Goodman wasn't dignified. It was convenient. But then I guess that's your definition of control, isn't it? Well, that's some hell of a crusade you're on, Doctor.
So you would have condemned him to suffer? That's what you want for your patients? That's what you want for yourself or somebody that you love? I mean, because if that's true, then that is one hell of a crusade, Doctor.
Do you know which attorney is representing Kate Talib?
Carl Blumenstein. Does a lot of civil liberties cases. I've run into him a few times. He's a pretty good guy for a lawyer.
I never understood why a person's attorney isn't allowed to go in with them.
I'm supposed to keep the legalese down to a dull roar.
I know, but if the witness has to keep running out to talk to his or her attorney, I mean...
Yeah, I think if I was on the grand jury, I'd be annoyed.
What makes you think they're not? Besides, the more she talks, the more likely she is to give the DA what he needs.
Mr. Patterson, the point I am trying to make is
Dr.
that...
DeLeeb, I am conducting this hearing, and I would appreciate...
Yes, but you're not letting me...
Give us all a lecture. You're here to answer questions, not deliver a diatribe.
I would like the grand jury to note that you are not allowing...
Doctor, I do not want to have to take you before the judge for contempt.
You are the one who is showing contempt for Mr. Goodman. All I'm trying to explain is that he expressed his desire over and over to end his suffering.
Please.
I have it all on tape in his own voice.
And if there's any subsequent trial, your defense counsel can present all the evidence you want. Now, you didn't answer my question.
I've forgotten it.
Then I'll refresh your memory. Did you inject David Goodman with what you knew would be a fatal combination of drugs? Yes or no? It's a simple question.
Yes, I did, but I...
Thank you. I have no further questions. Ladies and gentlemen, the point we are making, the point which we will reinforce with further testimony, is that this is not just another case of physician-assisted suicide. This is a case of physician murder. The next witness you'll be hearing from is Amanda Bennett.
How long's Amanda been in there anyway?
About 45 minutes. They're probably going over all the autopsy reports. Frank Dugan, maybe Francis Lamar.
Why, what has that got to do with this?
They're trying to establish a pattern.
Dr. Mark Sloan?
Now?
You can come with me. Dr. Sloan. This way.
So that in the case of Frank Dugan, Dr. Jalib took over your patient from you.
Yes.
He never told you he was changing doctors, though, did he?
No, but he was very angry with me when he left.
Was that because you refused to supply him with a lethal substance?
Apparently, yes.
Now, in the case of David Goodman...
He was not my patient.
Yes, I know. What I want you to do is to describe exactly what you saw when you and Lieutenant Sloan broke into David Goodman's bedroom.
Mr. Goodman was on the bed. There were no vital signs.
He was dead?
Yes.
And where was Dr. Jalib?
Beside the bed.
And in her hand?
A syringe.
And what did you say?
I said, "What did you give him?" And she indicated the vials.
These vials?
Yes.
Yeah, we've already heard testimony from the assistant coroner that these contained a muscle relaxant and a sedative. The man was dead. Dr. Jalib had the syringe in her hand, and when you said, "What did you give him?" she indicated the vials. So she admitted to you that she had performed the injection of what proved to be the lethal drugs. Is that correct, Dr. Sloan? Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
You are a physician of long experience and excellent reputation. Your work on behalf of law enforcement is well known. Your outstanding record of service at Community General is equally well known. Considering your seniority and standing, I'd like to ask you one final question. Would you have filled a syringe with a lethal substance and injected it into David Goodman?
No.
A simple no. I think it would be helpful to have on the record whether you have any further ideas about Dr. Jalib's actions.
I've only had one thought since David Goodman died. One thought. When my eyes are closed late at night, when I'm with patients, and it won't let me go.
And that thought would be?
10 years ago, there was a patient at Community General. 10 years and 3 months.
Your patient?
No, not officially. It was my wife, Catherine. I was aware of the spread of her cancer and how the radiation, the chemotherapy were giving her pain, but with no appreciable benefit. I would sit with her for hours, just watching her suffer. And one thought kept coming to my mind. The thought that I had it within my power to end that pain. That I could get rid of the torture that standard medical procedure had put her through for the last 2 years. 2 years. But I couldn't. Not that it wasn't possible. There were many, many ways I could have done it. So why didn't I? Perhaps I was too close to be rational. Maybe it was because I was afraid. Frightened by guilt, insecurity, or, God forgive me, just selfish concern for my own professional reputation. Whatever the reason, I did nothing. I sat for 3 months and watched her die in agony. As for my thought that won't let me go, it is that Kate DeLeeb may be more honest and more courageous than I am.
How'd it go? You all right?
See, there's something I have to tell you. I should have told you 10 years ago.
Grand jury ruling just came out.
Well, it's about time. It's been 4 days.
5. They had a lot to argue about. I don't think you made it any easier for them.
Why, what happened?
2nd-degree manslaughter. That way they don't have to prove criminal intent.
Oh. Is the trial date set yet?
No, but I'll be talking to the DA. I'll let you know. And Dad, I've been thinking about Mom. A lot. I want you to know it's okay.
Dr. Sloan?
Yeah.
I forgot to turn in my badge. I'm sorry about what happened with your wife. I know the grand jury testimony is supposed to be sealed, but you know, the lawyers have a way of finding things out.
Yes, they do. Something I can help you with, Doctor?
I want you to be on my witness list for the trial.
Why? I don't approve of what you do, and I wouldn't lie about it.
Well, no, I don't want you to do that, but at least you can tell the jury that I'm honest about what I do.
That you're not doing it for the publicity.
I want the way we treat dying patients to change. I don't care if they cover it or not.
You know, I'm not so sure that this is the way to make the changes you want.
But you seem to have conflicting emotions.
Yes, I do. But do you know that many patients who are terminally ill fall into severe depression? And it's the depression demanding the suicide, not the person.
That's why I need to be so careful when I screen my patients.
But it should not be left up to a single doctor. I mean, if we're going to make this step as a profession, we must have second opinions. We must have peer reviews. We must have a waiting period.
That sounds like a crusade.
All right. I'll be on your witness list. But you might not like what I have to say.
Well, as long as you tell the truth, I'll like what you have to say.
Even if it helps conviction?
No, that's up to the jury, not us.
See you in court.
If you were on the jury, how would you vote?
He is so darn cute. He is, isn't he? Your Auntie Maureen came all the way from New Orleans to see you because you are so cute.
You should not have brought this bear. It's bigger than he is.
He'll grow into it. Won't you, Casey? You still haven't told his father?
The father was a mistake.
But Casey wasn't. Are you expecting anybody?
No. Why?
Police, open up.
Grace, take Casey and follow me out the back right now.
Maureen, what?
Don't argue with me. Just do it.
Maureen, are you in trouble again?
Grace, I can't wait for you. Come on. Yes. What's the matter? Oh!
Just keep your mouth shut. Everything's gonna be okay.
You are not the police.
She's not in here. Where is she? We saw her come in here. Where'd Maureen go?
I don't know where she went. I swear to you, I don't.
Don't screw with me, sister. Where's Maureen?
I don't know.
She's gone. What'd she say? She's a cute kid.
Don't you touch my child. I swear to you, I don't know where she went.
Okay. But sooner or later, she's gonna be in touch. And when she does, I want you to give her a warning. You tell her we want that money back.
What money?
And either she's gonna give it back, too sweet, or we gonna mess her up, bad. And maybe you and this little bitty baby, too.
I was wondering if maybe tonight after work you want to go catch a movie?
Oh, Dr. Travis,
Jessie.
Jessie, it's just that the last 3 times you've asked me out, you've had to cancel.
I know, and I'm sorry, but those were emergencies. Each time. You know what happened.
What, 3 dates, 3 emergencies?
All right, well then, what are the odds of that happening 4 times? Come on, dinner and maybe a quick bite or something?
Jesse?
Yes. Hi, Grace. Hey, I haven't seen you in I don't know how long.
15 months.
15 months? Has it been that long? Who's that?
This is your son.
My what?
Allah.
No,
His name is Casey, and I need you to look after him for a while.
This isn't my, he's not my, and I didn't, you could have called or something. I tried calling you and I've been...
Here's his bottle, diapers, and some formula.
Look, I don't have time to take care of a baby right now. I mean, I don't even have a place to stay. My condo's being renovated.
Same old Jesse. Never wants to take responsibility for anything.
It's not that. It's just at this particular time.
Jesse.
What?
Go in here right now.
Why?
Look, I do not have time to explain right now. He's your son. I need you to take him. It won't be for long, maybe even later tonight. I promise.
Grace, I just don't understand. What do you want me to...
I'll call you.
He's very handsome. Which brings up the question, well, no offense, Jess, but how do you know he's yours?
What are you saying? Because he's handsome, you doubt he's mine?
I'm just saying this, maybe you should get a DNA test.
Look, he's not mine. I told you, she said that he's mine, but he's not mine. I mean, there's absolutely no way that he can be mine. Technically, there's one way, but I'm gonna get a DNA test tomorrow. He's not mine.
She just ran off and left him with you?
I'm sorry. When I asked you if I could stay here, I didn't know.
Oh, it's no big deal, really.
I'm sure she'll be back tonight to pick him up, or tomorrow, the latest, but she'll be soon, right?
He's crying.
You think he's hungry?
No, I warmed up a bottle and fed him before I left. Maybe he's,
Oh, don't look at me. I never changed a diaper in my life. Dad?
Yeah, you're good with kids.
I haven't changed a diaper in 30 years.
It's like riding a bike. I trust you.
All right. Give it to me. I'm gonna change.
Sloan here. All right, I'll look into it myself. Thanks.
Oh, what are you, chickening out?
No. When you said Grace seemed frightened, I checked with the station. Cheryl asked around and found out there was a disturbance at her apartment this morning, so I thought I should check it out. Although it might be more fun to watch you two change the baby.
We'll do just fine, wise guy. You go ahead.
Well, good luck.
You want to roll him over on his belly.
Jesse, you changed the baby on his back.
No. Haven't you seen the movies? Every time a guy goes to change a little boy's diaper, he gets spritzed in the face.
I must have changed Steve hundreds of times. I never got spritzed in the face.
Okay, fine. I'm just going to stand back here and watch.
Okay, now hand me a clean diaper.
This one?
Yeah. We used to have the cloth ones. Well, anyway, lift the baby up like that. Put him in there. You want to try it?
No, you're doing fine.
Okay. And then these close up somehow.
You got it backwards.
What?
These things, I think, have to go underneath.
Oh.
Lift his leg.
Oh.
Come here.
Oh, I see. Oh. There we are. Oh, wait. We gotta have powder. Baby's gotta be powder. That's good.
You gotta...
There. That wasn't so hard, was it?
It's not hard at all. I don't know why they make it look so hard.
Want to try it?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay. First, take the baby's diaper off.
Okay.
Like that. Just undo that. That's right. Now, you gotta use a little powder.
You said no spritzing.
All right.
Nice.
There was pounding and pounding. They were two, well, all I could call them thugs. I was too scared to even open my door.
If you didn't open the door, how do you know they were thugs?
They were quite rude when I saw them in the hallway before.
Okay, I repeat the question. If you didn't open the door, how do you know they were the same men you saw in the hallway before?
Well, when it got quiet, I may have peeked. They were speaking so roughly to poor Grace. She's such a sweet girl, and she takes such good care of her baby. So I called the police.
The officer that came out here said that Miss Boyd was angry at you for calling?
It was unbelievable. When I told her, she had a regular little fit. She grabbed little Casey and practically flew out of here.
But she never said what the two thugs were after?
She didn't. But it was pretty obvious. They kept saying the name Maureen.
Maureen? Well, Maureen is her sister, and they were both nurses. Maureen used to work at St. Malachi's.
He sure is cute. Must take after his mother.
You know, this little joke of yours is wearing mighty thin. And, you know, don't bounce him around like that. He's not a toy. When the mother died, she left each one of them about $500,000. Grace decided to slow down and go into private nursing.
Apparently, the sister took her money and moved to New Orleans. You know, NOPD said she fell in with a pretty fast crowd. Drugs, mostly. And from what I've learned from the neighbors, I'm betting this all has something to do with her. Jess, I think it's that time again.
No, it's impossible. I just changed them. Wow. Mark.
No, my friend. I'm an advisor of your job.
Wow. Hey, that's my phone. Could you get to the top of my diaper bag?
Travis Daycare Center. Yes. Oh, yes, just a moment. Who shall I say is calling?
Oh, Grace?
Jesse,
Boy, am I glad you called. Where are you?
I just wanted to see how Casey's doing.
Oh, he's fine. Hey, look, we gotta talk.
Soon, I promise. Maybe even tonight.
Maybe?
But it may be tomorrow before I can pick him up. Did you have enough formula?
You know, we went out and got more, but... Hey, look, this little guy is terrific, Grace, but,
Look, Jesse, I really can't talk right now. I'll call you later when I know what's happening. And hey, thanks for taking care of Casey. I knew you'd be good with him.
Here it is. How much? There's $106,000.
You stole $106,000 from those guys?
I told you. It was drug money. They don't deserve it.
You stole money from drug dealers and you thought you would get away with it. Are you crazy?
I needed the money. I called you. I tried to borrow it from you, but you wouldn't give it to me.
No. You are not going to try to blame this on me.
You had lent me the money.
The money that Mom left me is for Casey, for school.
I don't want to argue. Just take it back to them. I spent a little. I'll get it and give it to them soon. Just tell them that I'll get the rest of them next week. I set it up on a very busy street.
Fine. I'll be back in a couple of hours.
Grace, I'm sorry I dragged you into this. I really am. Ever since we were little girls, I'd screw things up, and you'd come and take care of it for me. When this is over, I swear to you, this will never happen again. Ever.
Get in. I said get in.
Here, take it. And leave us alone.
Where's the rest of it?
She said she'd get the rest of it to you soon.
There's only about $100,000 here.
You're kidding me. There's $350,000 missing, and she's going to get it back to us soon? You think we're idiots?
$350,000.
She stole $460,000 from us.
I didn't know. She told me that...
I don't like playing games, sister. Now, that woman left New Orleans 3 days ago with $460,000 with her. And she got that money somewhere, and I want it back.
All of it. And I want it. Today.
To do? Manufacture the money? It is gone, Grace. I don't have it anymore.
We each inherited $500,000, Maureen. You expect me to believe that you went through all of that?
That's stupid. I invested it, but I'm getting it back.
And $350,000 more? No.
Because I had to. And the stock market's turning around.
No, Maureen. I know you have that money somewhere. You tell me where it is. We're giving it back.
That's right. Giving it back.
You brought them here.
No, I didn't.
Okay, Mo. Where's the money?
She doesn't have it.
You keep out of this.
No.
Oh, no, you don't.
Let it go.
Let her go. Stop it.
Maureen. She's dead.
No.
Tate, you're a damn idiot. I didn't mean to. She bit me. How are we supposed to get the damn money back if she's dead? It wasn't my fault. What are you going to say? You going to say it's my fault? You know what this means? We got to go kill the other one now, too. Hey!
Listen to me, lady. I got no interest in killing you. All we want is the money.
I told you. She said she didn't have it.
And I told you, she's lying. Now either you find the money or you get it from somewhere else. I don't care how, but you get it. Or else you and that little baby of yours gonna be real sorry.
Oh my God. I led them right to her. If I had been more careful, she'd still be alive.
Grace, this wasn't your fault. Okay, your sister got herself into trouble and all you did was try to help.
Jesse, I am so scared.
Nothing's gonna happen to you, okay? Not to you, not to Casey, not to anyone.
You didn't see them. They were so scary. The one named Tate, he was...
You heard his name?
Tate. The other guy called him Tate.
Miss Boyd, would you come with me, please?
Where? Oh, no. I don't want to go back in there.
I'm afraid it's important. There's a problem.
She was right there. There was a rug right there.
There's blood.
We'll get it tested.
They shot her. They said she was dead. The first bullet took out that window and...
It's all right. I believe you.
Why would they move the body?
Grace, there's any number of reasons why.
Maybe she was alive? Maybe they took her to the hospital. Oh, you guys have to find her.
Yeah, we will. And we'll find the guys that did this. just don't have the manpower, Jess.
All right, well, at least let me tell her, okay?
What were you two arguing about?
Well, his captain says that they don't have enough manpower to give you round-the-clock protection.
He doesn't believe me.
Well, Steve does, but without your sister's body, he can't convince his captain that anyone's been killed. I think that's why they moved her.
This is a nightmare.
Look, I have an idea. Why don't you come out to the beach house with us and stay there?
No! My baby is there! I have already led these monsters to my sister. I am not leading them to my baby boy. No!
Miss Boyd, do you recognize this cap?
It's okay.
Here we come. Oh, you're gonna be okay, baby. Yes. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer to that. I'm half crazy over the love of you. There. It's gonna be all right now. There. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, I read an article in a barbecue bulletin about a cop out there in Malibu. Got his own rip joint.
Really, you read that?
Sure, yeah.
Well, actually, that was me.
That's you? That tall, good-looking hunk of manhood?
Well, I don't know about that, but I'd be happy to send you a bottle of our sauce if you like.
Chap, you won't come down here, let me baste your short ribs. I will surely let you light up a log or two in my grill.
Well, that's a very tempting offer. Now, I'll certainly call you when I'm down that way. But first, about this guy named Tate. I don't even know if that's a first name or a last name, and I know this is a long shot asking about some guy who may have had one of the caps from your restaurant, Ms.
That's Boudreaux, Chantal Boudreaux, just like Tate.
Excuse me?
Tate Boudreaux, that useless no-count piece of gristle you've been talking about is my ex-husband.
And his name is Tate Boudreaux?
Yeah, you see him. You might mind him. I ain't seen no child support check for about 6 years.
Well, I'll do that, Mrs. Boudreaux. And thank you.
Now put that chicken back down on there. Y'all know how Mr. Morrison liked his bird all but burnt to a crisp.
We got a small problem.
It's okay.
Hi. Interesting decor. Have to get the name of your decorator.
They said she had the money. If she did, she may have hidden it here somewhere.
And you're just going to hand it over to them?
I want to be safe. I want my child to be safe. If I give them the money, they'll go away and leave us alone.
I didn't come here to argue with you, Miss Boyd. Just wanted to ask you, do you recognize that man?
It's the one named Tate.
New Orleans Police Department faxed me this. And that car you saw, could it have been a 72 Cadillac, black?
It may have been.
Because that's what Tate Boudreau drives. I put out an APB on it. If it's in Southern California, we should have it soon. And then you can quit worrying about the money.
Itsy splendor, under the water spout. Down came the rain, watch the splendor out. Up came the sun, dried up all the rain. Come and look at you. Come here. Let's take a look at that face. Well, we got blue eyes, nose, same lips. Yeah. You're a handsome little guy. What? Did you just say Dada? Did you just say Dada? Hey, Mark! Come in here! You just said Dada.
What? What's the matter?
Casey just said Dada. My son just said Dada. Dada. Dada.
Please, freeze! Get an ambulance.
Right. Lieutenant, there's an address written down here.
Get the ambulance, get the ME.
Okay. You want me to call it in, find out who lives there?
I know who lives there. I do.
Are you sure he's safe here?
Well, under an assumed name, he'll be just like any other baby in the pediatric ward.
There'll be a policeman on guard 24 hours a day, with instructions not to admit anybody without hospital identification.
And since they know the beach address, this will be one less worry on your mind.
He is a handsome little guy, isn't he?
Oh, darn.
What's the matter?
I forgot the big teddy bear. I'll put it in my car tonight so I won't forget it in the morning.
I shouldn't have come here, I know. Just being here, I worry about his safety, but, just had to see him.
He'll be okay. I'm more concerned about you. Did you eat today? Well, why don't we go discuss our next move over some dinner?
Thank you.
What are you thinking? I'm thinking there's already 2 people dead.
Bless you.
Why would a killer hide one body and then leave the second one?
I admitted him under the name Martin Travis. It was my grandfather's name. You don't like it? I could send that back and get you something else.
Oh, no. I'm just not hungry.
Grace, I've been thinking a lot, and I was just wondering that if when you and I went out, if we really gave each other enough of a chance, you know, and you look, I know that I can be difficult.
Jesse, it wasn't you.
No, it was me. Of course it was me. And I just know that I have a lot of shortcomings. I could do better.
Jesse, please.
I just think that we ought to give it a chance. I mean, if not for us, then for Casey's sake, right?
You are moving way too fast.
Right. No, you're right. I'm sorry. See, that's one of my shortcomings, impatience. I have no consideration for others.
Jesse, stop. When this is over, we'll talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Where are you going now?
I need to go to the restroom.
You see what I did to my friend? Last warning, sister. I want the $350,000 by noon tomorrow. Shut up. I don't care how you get it. You find it, you borrow it, you steal it, for all I care. Noon tomorrow, the parking structure at Ocean and Pacific. You and nobody else. No friends, no cops. Nobody. You're there alone with the money, or your baby becomes an orphan.
Grace? Grace? What's the matter?
I just want this to be over. I've got the money my mother left me. I'm going to take it out of the bank and give it to him.
Grace, the police will catch this creep. They will. You don't have to...
I do not care about the money. All I care about is Casey. He needs to stop.
Okay, well, you need to find a place where you can get a good night's sleep, okay?
I can't go to my apartment.
Okay. It's not a problem. Come on. Come on. Welcome to our rec room. I thought they were going to be painting my condo tomorrow. God, it smells in there.
This is fine, really. It's okay.
The manager says we can stay here, so... Are you sure you don't want to get a hotel or something?
Oh, no, I'm so tired. Can't we just stay here?
Yeah.
Oh.
You comfortable?
Mm-hmm. I'm okay. Really.
Okay. All right. Hey, Grace.
What?
I love that little guy. I mean, I can't believe how much I love him. I'm awake.
I was trying to be quiet.
Oh, that's okay. I was awake most of the night.
I'm sorry.
It was nice watching you sleep. Did you sleep okay?
Fine. Jesse, I've got to go.
Well, just give me 5 minutes, all right? I just want to brush my teeth and change my sweater, and then we'll go get some breakfast, all right?
Okay.
All right. 5 minutes. Hey, Grace, I was thinking that, oh, damn it.
You see what you needed to see?
I'm worried.
I've asked the New Orleans Police Department for the names and description of any known associates of Mr. Boudreaux's. Maybe Grace will recognize one of them.
That's exactly one of the things that's bothering me. Did you check the blood you found on the floor of that trailer at the beach?
Oh, positive.
Did you check Marine Boyd's blood?
Yeah, according to her personnel record at St. Malachi, oh, positive. And we think it's hers.
Those two come in here and threaten everybody in sight. They commit a murder and make absolutely no attempt to hide their identity. Boudreaux checked in here under his own name. It's like they think they have nothing to fear.
According to the NOPD, he was just a small-time marijuana pusher. Maybe he and his partner were just being over their heads.
That's true. You don't become a criminal because you're overly intelligent.
As for showing their faces, unfortunately, I can think of one simple explanation.
Me too. They plan to kill anybody who can identify them.
Meaning Grace.
Talk to you later.
Sloan here.
Steve, it's me, Jesse.
I can't hear you.
I have to whisper. Is that better?
Jesse?
All right, listen. I followed Grace to her bank this morning. She withdrew a briefcase full of cash. Now she's waiting to meet someone at a parking garage at Pacific and Ocean. I think she's waiting to hand the money over to some guy.
I'm on my way.
Wait! do that?
That the money?
Yes, I was going to pay him. It was going to be over.
And when you paid him, he was going to kill you.
No. All he wanted was the money.
But you could have identified him. There was no way he was going to leave you alive.
This is all your fault. You told him where I was.
I had to, Grace. I love you.
Don't.
Miss Boyd, Jesse was just doing what I asked him.
Besides, I don't want my son to lose his mother.
No.
I mean, no.
No, Casey is not your son. I just needed someone responsible to take care of him, somebody that I could trust, and I thought that I could trust you. Especially if you thought he was yours. God, I was such an idiot! I hate you, Jesse, I hate you! And when this is over, I never want to see you again.
Hey, Grace!
Leave me alone!
I took another look at the kid, and I'm telling you, he looks exactly like my Uncle Roger, only with more hair. I'm telling you, Mark, he's definitely my son.
Which, of course, the DNA test could confirm.
Ah, you'll see. The kid's my son.
Henry, get the crash cart! Come on!
What happened?
I don't know. Somebody pushed the emergency button in here, and then a nurse ran by and said they needed a crash cart.
Which nurse?
You know, I didn't recognize her.
Go back to the other room. Oh. You know, other than being scared out of her wits, I don't see anything wrong with this child.
Dr. Sloan, the baby's gone. I was just down there for a second, I swear to you. And there was nobody but doctors and nurses in the corridor. I'm sorry, Dr. Sloan. God, I'm sorry.
No!
Grace, the police will find him.
You said that nothing would happen. You promised that you would take care of him.
I know that nothing will. They just want to use the baby to force you to pay back that money.
You don't know anything. I don't care what happens to me. But if anything happened to Casey, I just it wouldn't be worth living. I just want my baby to be okay.
Okay, sister. But now you know about your kid.
Oh, don't hang up! Don't hang up! I've got your money. I've got your money. Don't hurt my baby. Please, please don't hurt my baby. Get out! Get out of my apartment and leave me alone!
Grace, be careful, please.
I said get out!
You think he managed to plant the locator?
My dad says he's going to do something. He usually seems to get it done.
It's in the bag with the money, and she just got the call.
Good. We'll let her exchange the money for the baby and then follow the bag and pick up the kidnapper.
I'll go get my car. I think we should park a block or two away so she doesn't spot us when she comes out.
Last train ride of the day will depart at 4 o'clock sharp. That's the last train ride of the day departing at 4 o'clock sharp.
There he is.
You gonna pick him up now?
Hey, he may have accomplices watching. As soon as we know the baby's safe, we'll follow the locator to the money and pick them all up. Follow the locator.
You know, Mark, I would like to take your car now. I want to see Grace and Casey.
Sure.
Freeze!
What is this?
Preston Fontenot, you're under arrest for the kidnapping of Casey Boyd and the murders of Tate Boudreaux and Maureen Boyd.
How are you going to prove that?
Are you hungry? Mama's gonna make you a bottle. Stay right there.
I didn't kill anybody. You can't prove a thing. I'm not saying another word till I talk with the lawyer.
Take him down and book him. Let him talk to his lawyer. Be down in a few minutes.
That worries me a little. Why is he being so confident?
It's all bravado.
I hope so.
Here we go, baby. Hello, Grace.
Maureen! But I thought you were...
Dead? Not a chance.
But I saw you... shot!
You saw what we wanted you to see.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't. But it's all your fault, you know that?
This is insane, Maureen.
I asked you to lend me some of what Mama left you. But you wouldn't help me.
That money, it's for Casey, for his education.
I needed the money now. So Preston and I came out here to get it.
What? He shot you!
One real bullet for the window, a blank for me. No blood on the floor, and you were practically begging us to take the money. Then you found out about poor Tate. We had to kill him for real. Now it's your turn.
Wait, Maureen, wait. There's more money in the bank. $50,000, $60,000.
I'm not that greedy. And once you're dead, there's nobody who'll ever identify either me or Preston. It's that easy. You won't shoot me. It's not in you. Come on, Grace. Give me the gun.
Don't.
You and the baby will be safe, I promise.
Drop the gun. Now.
Dr. Sloan says you're fine. Couple of weeks, you'll be good as new.
That's what they tell me. Hey, look. Stitched them up for you. Left-handed. One of the benefits to marrying a surgeon. Knows how to sew.
Thank you. Casey will love it. But Jesse...
Grace, I've been thinking. I've been in like a million relationships, and I always thought I knew how it would go. You get married, you have kids, even if you don't want them or if you're ready for them. But you know, I was wrong. I feel like I know what it's like to be a father now, and my priorities have totally changed. You know, you said that you would think about it.
I did. And... Jesse, we weren't meant to be together. You're wonderful, but...
We can make it work.
I'm going to move away from Los Angeles. Someplace less expensive. I was thinking maybe New Mexico.
New Mexico's nice.
This is for the best, Jesse.
Well, what about Casey? I mean, he needs a father.
Maybe. I hope I find one for him. What I said to you the other day about you not being Casey's father, it's true, you're not. But I really wish you were. He'd be lucky to have you as a dad.
Here he is. Clean bill of health and clean diapers. All the nurses were fighting over who was going to get to change them.
Thank you, Dr. Sloan. Hello.
Can I at least?
Of course. Here.
Yeah.
Go say hi.
I just wanted to say goodbye. Okay? I want you to listen to your mother. She's gonna take real good care of you. Good boy.
Oh, goodness. So big. We'll write to you when we have an address. We expect you to come visit. So big.
Jesse,
Okay.
how's it feel? The arm.
It hurts.
Don't run off. The fugitive is next.
Social worker Kate Brasher doesn't live in the lap of luxury, so when it comes to standing up for the underdog...
Got a gift, Mrs. Brasher. You're a natural.
Nobody fights harder.
You count on people to be too scared to stand up to people like you, but you counted wrong!
From the people who brought you Erin Brockovich, Kate Brasher...